Hello, Will White, Solar Application Specialist here, and we're going to talk about the questions to ask when speaking to customers to qualify what Fluke tools could be good options for them. The first thing to ask is what market segment are they working in? Residential rooftop systems are limited to 600 volts DC. Commercial industrial rooftop systems, non-residential buildings, are limited to 1000 volts DC. And then there's anything that's not connected to a building, typically utility scale systems, which are operating up to 1500 volts DC. Depending on that voltage will determine what type of tools they want. Here we've got a couple of clamp meters. We have a 600 volt rated 325. We have a 1000 volt rated 378, and we have a 1500 volt rated 393. Different uses for different market segments. So that's a good question to start with. The next is what type of testing are they doing? If they're working in installation, commissioning, or operations and maintenance, they're going to be doing different types of tests. So identifying what role they're playing would be another good question. They could be doing things, simple voltage polarity checks. They could be measuring current, insulation resistance testing. A lot of companies, especially on the commercial, industrial, and utility scale, are using thermal imaging to identify problems both with electrical equipment and with the modules themselves. We also see on the utility and commercial and industrial scale use for power quality instruments. A lot of times there's issues on the AC side of the system, and power quality meters will help identify those. We also use tools like insulation resistance testers. Those are commonly used in commercial, industrial, and utility scale systems. Multifunction tools like the SMFT 1000 can provide a good option as well. That's the Fluke tool that can do IV curve testing. That test is used to identify issues with modules. The SMFT 1000 is limited to 1000 volts DC, so we'll typically see it used in commercial, industrial, and residential applications. It can be used on utility scale systems if they're willing to break the string of modules in half to get the voltage below 1000 volts. It can also do up to 20 amps, which would be a string of solar modules or an individual solar module. I hope this gave you some good ideas of things to ask for when you're talking to customers to identify sales opportunities in the solar industry.